You killed Monsoon. I'm impressed. The brains are in the server room undergoing training. Knock yourself out. Go nuts.
Go nuts. Alright, we're starting to get to the business end of the game now, and we finally made it to World Marshal headquarters.
I'm sorry, sir.
Now,
our business hours for the day have ended. We are looking forward
to your next visit.
yeah. So something to explain about this section. I kind of had a really major fail here. And what happened was I got to the end of this chapter.
They keep on coming.
Oh shit. Yeah, while you guys watch this, I got to the end of this chapter, and obviously there's a boss at the end of it, and I'm sure you can kind of have a guess who it's going to be, but I won't say. And then what happened was I got to the boss, but I didn't have any of the recovery paste stuff, so basically the rations. And I found the boss to be absolutely impossible without any rations, so I screwed up really badly. I tried like 50 times and I failed, and I couldn't do the battle without any extra rations, so that's why I had to restart this chapter and basically do everything again. I mean, it didn't take too long, but I had to do it all again so that I could come into the battle with a lot more preparation. So that's one of the things I noticed that could be a problem with this game, because it's got auto-save, it won't let you save where you want to save, so you can't make a save just outside and then go back and kind of gather items or anything like that. So if you screw up like I did with that boss, either you have two choices: either you kind of try for hours and hours and hours until you manage to defeat him without using up any rations, or you have to redo the chapter and come prepared the second time. So it can be a little bit frustrating in that sense, but obviously because it's the first time I didn't know that the boss was going to be at that exact section, so I kind of I wasn't prepared for it. And to be honest, sometimes bosses they're going to drop rations, or you can get rations while you're fighting them. This guy, there was absolutely no reprieve, so kind of got screwed over badly. Yeah, so now we have the ability to enter Ripper mode, which I'm guessing just makes us kind of more powerful. And this wolf got seriously screwed up. So yeah, we've got Ripper mode available to us, and to be honest, I don't really use that unless I'm in a really sticky situation. I don't see too much of its use outside of boss battles, because it's rare that I found myself needing it. So yeah, this was also basically, like I said right at the beginning, I recorded this in 2 long segments. I kind of did about 4 hours each time, 4 or 5 hours. And then this was kind of the second of the 4 hours, so I was coming into this fresh, because by the end of...
Sundowner contacted you from the top floor. Time to make your way up there.
Floor. Yeah, so I was kind of a little bit more fresh. I had a couple of hours break before I started this again, because I got pissed off at the boss battle, so I took a little break. And this is kind of me coming back with a little bit of a revengeance against that boss battle. So yeah. Finally, we have a stock of items. Doesn't happen very often in this game, but might as well make use of it. Also, like I said before, you can tell I've been here because that terminal there it's been used. Because it's auto-saved, obviously it remembers that you've been there. So once you unlock something like that once, unless you start a new game, I'm guessing it's always going to show up as being unlocked. So it's not ideal. But you see, there you go. There's a repair nano paste. So I make sure.
Generators appear to be disabled, which we should have expected, I suppose.
I will access the control unit. Perhaps you can hack an elevator and make it operational.
Ooh, splendid idea. By all means, yes. It seems the guards are storming the building.
Yeah, so we're just going to have to kind of buy the wolf some time here.
Get back to the entrance. Buy me some time to get this elevator operational.
Well, buy Wolf and Doctor some time. Not too difficult, again. And obviously we can make use of Monsoon's weapon now, which is nice. That guy's getting taken down. Okay. And we've got a couple of flyers as well. But the nice thing here is that obviously you've got a nice stock of homing missiles.
Do not stray too far from the elevators, Raiden. Use the weapons around you to slow them down. Throw everything at them you can.
I was kind of hoping he'd get up so I could finish the Zandatsu, but it was too much slow-mo. There we go. It doesn't take too long. I mean, I should be able to continue soon. You see, this is one of the abilities of the monsoon weapon. You can kind of pull yourself in. Okay, so I don't need to continue with these guys. And basically, the first time I went through, I thought that you could completely clear this area out, so I stayed here for another couple of minutes, just constantly taking people out. But then I realised that you don't have to defeat them; you can just get to the elevator.
For security purposes, the building is divided into upper and lower halves. The lower area consists of offices and meeting space for staff and visitors, while confidential military projects and technical research are restricted to the upper levels.
So that's where the brains in the server room will be, up top.
Indeed. But that elevator can only access the lower floors. You need to get to the 20th floor and past the security gate there to reach the upper area.
Let me guess. Time to find another left hand?
Well, that is the problem. Security cyborgs would not have sufficient clearance. But managers and senior staff have already been evacuated, no doubt.
So...
The only option is to cut the power to the security gate, which will not be easy. It is powered by no less than 3 systems, including a backup power supply. You will need to destroy all of the electrical control panels to disable them. In any case, you should arrive at the 20th floor soon.
This was the section that I wanted to get through without getting any alerts.
The panels are most likely hidden in the walls. Use your enhanced AR to search for any unusual heat sources inside the walls there.
I kind of got a little bit frustrated because I thought to myself, surely there must be a way for me to kind of get through here without getting any alerts, and somehow I always kept triggering one off, so it took like 3 or 4 goes, but I managed to kind of figure this out, and I got quite far without getting any alerts. So this was kind of that run. So I kind of decided to use the tactic of drawing them out, which kind of made my life a little bit easier, because sometimes if you go straight into the rooms, they're gonna see you. So take these 2 out pretty quickly. And just fail to get the Zandatsu completely. That's just not possible. I managed to get it in the end, but it took way too long. Okay.
There should be an electrical panel nearby. Use your enhanced AR to locate it.
Alright, let's start with this one.
There should be an good run down.
Obviously I know where they are, so if you're playing through yourselves, if you use the AR panel, it's going to glow yellow. So that's how you know.
Just one more.
I should remember to show that actually, but I was getting a little bit pissed off.
Enemy headed your way, Raiden.
Yeah, I was getting a little bit pissed off at the constant alerts, because when you do get an alert, there's loads of enemies that pop up, and they kind of waste your time. So I was getting a bit annoyed with that.
Ah, the security gate. It is composed of steel alloy bonded by a high-frequency electrical current. It should unlock once the power has been cut.
Yeah, okay, that's what we've been kind of working towards the whole time. Kind of established that. Yeah, so there's another VR mission terminal thing. And this is very nice. Nice bit of bonus battle points. I think they should be called Boris points. I think that sounds cool. Okay, now this is the bit that's a little bit more annoying. Basically, there's a new enemy in the area that wasn't there before, and he's right in the corner of the room. And he's one of these, I think he's one of the guys with the hammer, if I remember correctly. And I find those guys really annoying. I hate fighting against them. So that's why I was trying to be patient. And I decided to just take this guy out first, and then go in from the other entrance perhaps. It's just not the same. I mean, when you're Raiden, you know, Cyborg Ninja Raiden, when you're trying to do stealth, it's just not the same. It'd be nice if you could activate stealth camouflage, but I guess that would make things way too easy. Alright. Ripper mode is available to us, but we're not going to need that for now. There's items to be had here as well, so that's why I think I just end up sacrificing myself. I try to get there without any alerts, but in the end I think I give up and I just decide to just take on that guy. And I think the attempt before this, I realised that the guy in the corner has a really long field of vision, so if you go in through the left entrance that I went through there, there's a very high chance that he's going to see you, so that's why I decided to come to this side and be a little bit patient and wait for him to appear so I can stay hidden for a little bit longer. Obviously at this point I don't know that I'm going to get into a fight with the hammer guy. I think that I can avoid him, but that's why I take it so easy. Because I got this far kind of stealthily, I
There
thought...
should be an electrical panel nearby. Use your enhanced AR to locate it.
Yeah, because I got this far, I thought there's no point restarting the section now. More nano paste, up to 3 now. Yeah, so it's just that guy in the corner. I mean, there's no way to approach him, which makes it annoying. I don't know if you could cardboard box this, perhaps. I think that might be what I'm going to try. Yeah. I mean, he's just... because he's right in the corner, I'm not seeing what you're supposed to do. I don't think you can take him out with one homing missile. I don't think that's enough. So either you throw a phosphorus grenade in his face, thinking back on it now, smoke grenade in the face might be a good idea. But I mean... you see, I mean, he's just... it's just... it just seemed to me like it was unavoidable at this point, so I just thought, screw this. Let's get on with it. So yeah, the weapon that you get from Monsoon gives you a nice BMI error every now and again, which is helpful. But I guess the advantage to this guy is that you get the arm, so nice bit of extra bonus there. Okay, so now we get one of these gecko dogs, I guess. But I think if you get if you pick up an alert earlier on while there's loads of guards still around, then this becomes really kind of messy. Well, that was annoying. Yeah, so because I made it this far without no alerts, I only have to deal with this guy and the hammer guy, so it's not as bad. Helpful. So yeah, I was really enjoying Monsoon's weapon at this point. It's a really nice reward. And the stupid head is still alive. I hate this thing. I mean, what is the point of it still being alive? Okay, finally. Alright.
Yes, that should take care of security. Now, head back to the gate.
Okay. I just let me just check out what that trophy was actually. As you can see, I'm playing on the 15th. Oh wait, no, my date is wrong actually, it's the 14th. My time and date's been wrong for a while. I haven't bothered to correct it. Okay. This was played on the night of the 14th. This section here. Okay, there's another force battle here. Great. So I go to all the effort to try and be stealthy, and then I get forced into all these battles, so it's annoying. In the end I decide to just screw it. See again, Monsoon's weapon coming in useful here. Yeah, you can't always stop that hammer. Sometimes you can kind of intercept the attack, but not always. So that wasn't too painful. Thank God there's not more of those guys with the massive arms and the WWE kicks, honestly. If there were those guys guarding this area, I'd be screwed up. I really hate those things. B rank? Oh, what, for this whole section? Oh, well, that's a shame. Yeah, so perhaps you shouldn't stealth it at all, you should just go in there and just hack everyone down. You probably get a higher ranking that way.
Raiden, shall I activate your pain inhibitors now?
No, keep them off. I need it this way.
Well, as you wish. I must say, I have turned more than a few men into cyborgs, but you Well, your past is most,
What you getting at, Doc? Most of the time, you're working with first world ex-military, grown men. Compared to the average third world child soldier, I can't really complain. Most of them, they're the sort of guerrillas your typical patient gets paid to slaughter.
perhaps, but,
This shouldn't be news to you, Doc.
yes, but,
Look, just help me take care of those brains after I bring them back. I do my business, you do yours.
yes.
For all us MGS fans out there, I'm still wondering if it's
They're pouring in from everywhere. This is crazy.
yeah, this I decided to remember I played this bit before.
You do not have to fight every enemy you encounter, right? Try and keep
Yeah, so
moving.
that's why for this section I just decided to run straight through. I think you get a D rank as a result because you don't get any points for defeating anything. But honestly, for me, this was the easiest way to do it. Don't bother with anything. But I'm still wondering if this.
Nice of them to blow open the door for me, yeah?
I'm still wondering if this
Idiots.
if this doctor is Dr. Madnar. If anyone has an opinion about that, I'd be interested to hear it for all us hardcore MGS fans. Because he says I've turned more than a few men into cyborgs, so I don't know if he's the one that turned Raiden into a cyborg between MGS2 and MGS4. If it is, that would be pretty cool, but it would be nice to know more of their kind of backstory together. But obviously this game, it doesn't really bother too much with that. We don't really know anyone's backstory other than Raiden's, and that's only because we've played the MGS games. So it's all kind of good little action scene here. Honestly, just for running through, just for the speed alone, this should give you a good rank, but I don't think they'd like you doing that. Okay. Obviously it's mandatory, so you see again, monsoon weapon. Love that weapon, man. I'm going to use it in the boss battle as well. Ouch. Yeah, so he gives me a BMI area of his own. This is one of my less favoured bosses as well. I'm up to 5 nano pace as well, which is nice. I do make use of them. There we go. It's a much smoother battle than the first time we met. We done here?
All these sliders in the area. Perhaps they could be put to use.
Oh god. That was... I pressed L2. More crazy ass cutscenes / interactiveness. Okay.
Keep climbing like that. It will be much easier for
This I died the first time.
you. This can't be happening.
Yeah.
Raiden?
So I don't keep in many of my fails because that only took a couple of seconds, so I left that in.
Keep climbing like that. It will be much
So
easier
those red bits, they explode, so you need to obviously stay away from them. I knew that, but I just kind of... I failed to keep away from it.
Good, Raiden. Yes.
So it's honestly not that difficult. Okay. Now we're heading to one of the cooler looking places in the game. D rank. It's probably my first and only one. I think it is my only one.
Right a ways up now, yeah? Almost there. I have just finished analyzing the latest security data. You should find an indoor garden up ahead.
A garden? Sounds fancy.
A Japanese garden, to be precise. It is an area set aside for VIPs. Apparently, one of World Marshal's directors is a rather serious Japanese culture enthusiast.
All right. So what's this got to do with me? Is there something I need from the garden?
Not at all. You need only pass through that area to arrive at a freight elevator. I found a route to the elevator controls through the unit we hijacked downstairs. I have located the server room as well. You can reach it via the freight elevator.
Great work, Doc.
Elementary, my dear Raiden. Now, head for the garden.
Alright, finally we get to go somewhere that kind of looks a little bit interesting, doesn't just look like a Modern Warfare type environment. So I did enjoy this bit.